boys, thanks to boys having penises. Though the middle of the argument, where the link between penises and tree scaling ability was established, was fuzzy. And that's why Peter claimed the name of his crush, a girl from our class named Wendy McGowan, was now carved majestically at least 8 feet off the ground. The kiss tree being where you carved the names of people you wanted to kiss. The higher the name, the more passionate the love. Things like this had been raging all summer, about girls and boys and what we were and weren't capable of. "Just look at God," Peter said. "He's the one in charge, and does he have a penis or not?" Standing astraddle my bike in a bathing suit, sputtering swear words at him half under my breath, I gazed at Peter's perfect eyelashes. I'd noticed he was always at his most confident when he didn't know what he was talking about, but I didn't care. All I could think about was what it would feel like to put my lips on his. Up till then, I'd only had a crush on Finn in Star Wars, so it was a new and intoxicating feeling to even think about what kissing might be like. It was also confusing, since I was planning to be a nun. Deeply religious, I was wearing a crucifix that my mom had left in a drawer, and a guardian angel bracelet I'd bought at the Mary Immaculate Fall Fling. But in my shorts pocket, I also kept a rock that Peter had dropped once on the playground. The kids called me the Loch Ness Monster because I was so quiet you barely knew I existed, but I was also dangerous. Ever since my mom had left our family half a year earlier to move to Cleveland, I'd started pinching people who made me mad without ever saying a word, making blood rise up under their skin in welts. Now I stood staring at the knife Peter dangled before us, having an inner battle, pride and anger making my heart skitter around like a moth. I knew I could climb the tree higher than he could, but not with people watching. And anyway, I knew proving Peter wrong about the penises would turn him against me, and he'd never kiss me at all. I wanted to be the kind of girl Peter kissed. So I made a face of agreement that yes, girls could not climb. That's when Elias ran past in shorts and a Coke t-shirt. We studiously ignored him as we had all summer. The rest of us had known each other all our lives. But Elias was only visiting, and there was nothing like a true outsider to make you feel like an insider. Every day, Elias ran laps of the neighborhood, but I'd never talked with him. He stood out in every possible way. Thick, wavy black hair that had a mind of its own, sometimes standing left and sometimes right, but always strikingly determined as hair went. Brown skin among our sea of freckled pinks and tans. And when he talked, an accent that sounded like stretching out on the beach on a hot day. He was visiting from Australia, which, so far as we knew, was a dry place on the other side of the world with koalas, the world's deadliest spiders, and of course, kangaroos. He was here for the summer visiting his aunt and uncle, the Khans, who ran a bakery called Cookie Caverns one town over. You couldn't completely ignore him. He was too lean, tall, wiry, confident. His head always cocked like he was listening to some distant radio tuned to something interesting that wasn't us. Now he nodded to us with little interest, and we side-eyed him until he'd run past. We went on circling the tree, and Peter went on pointing triumphantly at Wendy McGowan. And then a voice boomed down the street, summoning one of us for dinner, and we scattered like pool balls. Peter buried the knife in the dirt before leaving, clearly thinking it was a cool gesture. Soon even my sister, Thea, was gone, and it was only me left at the base of the tree, staring up at Wendy McGowan's name. Once everyone was out of sight, I knelt in the dirt and dug out the knife. After a moment, in spite of my subpar vagina, I began to climb. With long, strong legs, I scaled the tree fast. I knew Peter climbed like a sloth in comparison. Up past Wendy McGowan's name, I took in the view of the river rushing by and for the first time felt afraid. Dear God, watch over me, I thought. Dear Virgin Mary, watch over me. My life was a litany of prayers for A's, safety, beauty. I turned to the tree and bit my lip, grasping the knife to carve. But something froze my hand. It was the idea of leaving a trace of myself that everyone would see. I hesitated.